Welcome back, everybody, to Dan Has Fun with me, Daniel. This time around, you'll see on the screen right now, we're actually going to put ourselves on the standard pack. So, like I said, you do have to pay for the expansion pack, but just so I can show you some of the other animals and the more common options, we're going to do that. Beyond that, then, you can choose if you want to play against your own pack against all packs. I just play against all packs. Just gives you a bit more variety, right? And we get the option of a horse, finally. So, you want to see horse or duck. Horse, if another friend gets summoned until the end of the battle, it gives it +1 attack. It's okay. Duck, if you sell it, it gives the shop animals 1 extra health. I believe it's just the ones that are in the store at the time. They both kind of suck, in my opinion. I think the horse is okay, but I think the duck is terrible. Especially because its starting stats are rubbish too. But at least horse and cricket have synergy. Technically, the honey has synergy with it as well because it creates a bee. But we're going to be very, very unimaginative and start with 2 crickets. And I guess we should freeze this cricket too. Okay, what do we want to be called? Well, I'm probably in that category. Oh. I was actually thinking just before, I wasn't planning on making this video at the time. I was thinking about food plans, thinking, you know, maybe I'll do a pasta bake or something. And then I'm, oh, there's cottage pies in the freezer. I don't have to do anything other than put it in the oven. That's awesome. What is less awesome is horse and cricket spam. It's not my favourite build going, but it won, so there's that. Sure, guys' favourite food for the tea, dinner, supper meal. Let me know in the comments if you're that way inclined. I'm going to put it out like that for now and be super lame about it. I'm going to roll once. I don't really care for any of that, so I guess I'm just going to put the pig out there. Fine. That's only until the end of this battle, so like, why didn't you put the bee on this? Isn't it better? No, that doesn't stick. It'll be a 1-2 after this turn. You milky chipmunks. I don't like that thought. Something about that just doesn't. Ugh, don't like it. They have a cricket and honey on it, so it's going to spawn a cricket and a bee. Which is pretty unfortunate for me. It's going to come out as a draw, ultimately. This is why I don't usually do this type of shenanigans, because it feels like the battle lasts forever. And I could speed up, don't get me wrong, but then it just looks like a blur as you don't understand what's going on. We can have an elephant. So elephants, they actually do damage to the unit behind, so they combine really well with blowfish. So that is something very much to go on, but we don't have a blowfish yet because they're a level 3 unit. And none of this combos well with what we have going on. So let's roll for now. See what we get. Shrimp doesn't really do it. Otters we haven't seen yet, so if you buy one, a random friend gets a bonus. It's okay, but again, not setting the world on fire. I don't think this pig works with what we're doing. I'm going to roll again to see what we get. Another horse is interesting. Crab copies the health from the healthiest friend, so this is actually a good benefit. It used to just be that it would copy the health from the person in front. So this is like a halfway butterfly, in essence. But we're not building a super bulky unit right now, so that doesn't really work for us. I'm going to get that horse, and I'm actually going to put it separate so they both benefit, and he buffs the other horse, which is kind of funny. This doesn't work for us right now. None of this really does though either, does it? So I could combine these together to get a level 3 unit, a tier 3 unit coming up. Not level 3, a tier 3. Is it worth doing? I think we probably should. I don't want to just spam crickets for the rest of my life. Kangaroo. So when a unit a unit ahead attacks, it buffs its stats. So it's actually pretty good. I like it. We're also going to... What do we want as a temporary? I'm going to put the flamingo up front. I think that's the best one of these. Having 5 attack on the first turn is going to be pretty helpful too. But what will end up happening is it's going to buff the kangaroo as well. And the kangaroo doesn't scale particularly quickly at level 1, but it's not bad. This team we're facing has a lot more health than we do, by the way. And they have an ox. Ox are pretty cool. I like them. They get melon armor when they take damage. There we go. Sorry, I wanted to see what happened there. I think his unit head actually faints and gets melon armor off the top of my head. There we go. So this kangaroo now is going to wreck these otters. Lights out. Beautiful. Okay. Any of this doing it for me? Not really. Any of that doing it for me? Well, having the flamingo faint isn't the worst thing that could possibly happen. But I don't really want it to faint over the cricket. So I guess we're going to do that because I'm horribly short on options. So I'm going to do that. Crab copies before kangaroo gets buffed is the problem. So I'm going to roll once. This does not work for us at all, but the swan isn't bad. Roll one more time. We're going to get the swan. Actually, put the swan up front. It's super lame to put other honey on there, but I really have nothing else to do. So I'm just going to have bees for days. Bees for days. Why is everything so milky today? As he eats another ice cube again on recording. Crunchy. Wonder if the sound will pick that up. Okay. Well, this is not going too badly after all, is it? And then they're going to produce a bee of their own, and see you later. Lights out. Okay. There's the ox. Yeah, so a friend ahead faints, you would get melon armor, and actually 20... 2 attack more. It wishes it was 20 attack more. That would be pretty awesome, but it is not. Garlic on the kangaroo is a no-brainer. Turtle, in this case, it would have been great if there was a pill, but there isn't. Spiders are summoning units, and they are slightly better than crickets, but not by a lot. I think what I'm going to do finally is combine these together. And then... take a spider for now. Freeze that. The ox doesn't really combo well with the kangaroo. Take the horse. That's going to give us a level 4 unit. It's a parrot. So at the end of the turn, it copies the ability from the pet ahead. None of that is that good, is it? No, I'm not feeling any of that. Is the peacock going to really work here? Not really. So we're going to roll. We'll roll once. We definitely want to freeze that kangaroo. Do you want to freeze this blowfish as well? No. I think we'll end turn like that. I probably should have put the spider in front of the cricket. That would have been smarter. Because it's going to spawn 2 things. Oh boy. Double hedgehog start. That'll be fun. Well, that broke many things. This blowfish. That broke a lot of things that I had planned. Here we go again. Wow. That was a rough ride, wasn't it? Those hedgehogs ruined my day. Ruined my day and then some. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, meanwhile, ignore the fact I'm looking at my phone in the background there. Let's have a look. I guess we'll level up the spider. Penguin, at the end of the turn, level 2s and 3s get buffed. That's actually going to be a pretty good pick. I like it. Do I want to use any of this? No. Camels, when they get hurt, they give the friend behind stats, which is pretty good. But it doesn't really work. It works with a hedgehog, actually, fairly well, but... No. Roll once more. I don't need another horse. I'm not going to be going up to level 3 horse, so that's fine. So let's end turn. I actually put the cricket in front of the kangaroo, so that's the right thing to do. Let me check my phone. Oh dear, they've got golden poop hats, guys. We be doomed, probably. Oh yeah. Yeah, we are having a rough old time. Rough old time. Okay, well, we're starting to make up a bit. Unfortunately, they're getting their buffed kangaroo as our kangaroo dies. They have a dodo too. Yeah, I think we are getting wrecked here as well. Well, that is no good. All right, 3 rabbits in the shop. Not doing it for me. This swan isn't really doing a huge amount. Let's get it out. Let's get this penguin in. You're seeing the problem we're having and why we're starting to lose. It really doesn't grow very quickly. Like, there's not a lot of development going on here. It's really just survival. And 3 rabbits is hilarious, don't get me wrong, but that's not doing it for me. Another penguin. I need to find a way to get a kangaroo. I need a kangaroo, is really what I need. I'm going to freeze that, though. Roll once. They are not kangaroos. Try one more time. That's not a kangaroo either. It's a hippo. Hippos get strong when they kill things. This is pretty bad. I don't like any of that at all. I'm just going to have to go into this. We're probably going to lose next turn, and then we just have to hope and hope that we can get a kangaroo next turn and really get this juggernaut rolling, or else we might be just getting smacked up something fierce very early on. Okay, that's fine. Getting melon armor is good and bad, I guess, depending how you look at it in that case. Okay, still going. If we could get healthier summons, that would work a lot better with the kangaroo. But the problem here is they're going to wipe each other out, and then this fish is going to wipe us out. We get a 4 wiped by fish. Just wiped out by fish. And we still don't have a kangaroo. Like, come on, please. Okay, finally. We're going to have to take it regardless. Now, a turkey is fantastic. A turkey's just a better horse. Because when you summon a friend, it gets +3/+3. And the only downside would be is the penguin wouldn't be buffing the turkey. We also have access to a whale here. It swallows a friend ahead and release it as a level 1. So you can kind of eat it, have it spawn, use itself up. Whale dies, it releases the, nearly said Pokemon, animal, it does it again. So there are advantages to that, but ooh. Really the question is the spider doing enough to justify its existence over the horse? And I think the answer is no. So I'm going to get rid of the spider instead of the horse. Put the turkey at the back. Dodos, by the way, gives 50% of the dodo's attack to the friend ahead. This has been reworked a couple of times from what I've been made aware of. All of that is doing nothing for me. There's another kangaroo, so we'll take that. We'll probably freeze the pair just in case. I wonder if you can hear the cat in the background. Apparently everything wants to disturb me. Text messages, cat. just the whole shabab. Anyway, these two are going to trade, which is fine. then the fish behind is going to get melon armor, which means that cricket's going to do absolutely nothing despite all the buffs, which is okay. We can then plow through it with our kangaroo, but the kangaroo's going to lose to the ox because of the melon armor it's going to invariably get, which means we're still going to win, finally, but that was a pretty hard ride. Okie dokie, tier 5 stuff. We have access to a shark, so when a friend faints, it gets stats. This is really good if you can stack and stack and stack. But we don't really have quite that capacity yet. The penguin, although I spent so long trying to get it, might actually not be the play in the end. It's going to help me buff stuff, but long run, it's really kind of holding back the team's performance. However, having said that, roosters can create a lot of units as well. Is it better than a cricket? Well, given that I've got the cricket at the front, so the bee's not doing anything, I would say it probably is. But it wouldn't get buffed by the penguin. So I think what we want to do is get the penguin level up. It becomes level 2. It's going to give bigger buff. The cat is okay, but I don't know if that affects itself or everything on its team. If it's everything, that's actually going to combine pretty well with things, say, like the seal. Because you could just feed the seal a ton of food, and then the cat doubles the effects of everything. But that's not really the build we're going for right now. The question really is, how long is the cricket going to be with us? Because it really shouldn't be with us at this point. We're on turn 9. The cricket really isn't the play. But if I've got this penguin, then it kind of has to hang around for the time being. So I think it's boring, but we do that. Roll again. Oh, crocodile's pretty good too. It does 8 damage to the unit at the back, which is very good at dealing with, say, teams like ourselves, as it happens. To the point where I'm actually going to put the penguin at the back just in case that happens. And then we're going to unfreeze that because I think the sushi is better. But I don't think it's good enough to freeze. So I'm going to just do that to get the stat buff. And then hope we get chocolate or a kangaroo next turn. Cat, I think, might be having a hairball in the background too. It's going great. Some days just smooth as silk. Some days like rubbing your backside on a train track. Anyway, they're a very similar team to us in many ways, but they're using that shark that I mentioned. So that shark's going to scale in a scary way. I'm just lucky that my kangaroo can just keep plowing through several units, including this spider as well. Unfortunately, the spider's going to produce a bee, which will actually be the weird thing that stops me from being able to slide through the kangaroo and the horse, but that's fine. Okay. That's pretty scary. But this is the problem with the shark. The shark's health, yes, it goes up with more and more time during the battle, but it doesn't grow at a strong enough rate to really kick everything's butt. Chocolate on this is a no-brainer. It has to happen. We got a snake. If the friend ahead attacks, you deal 5 damage random enemy. Actually really good behind a kangaroo as it happens. But then if we do that, this team doesn't really make a lot of sense. So there's that. But I'm going to pivot a little bit, I think. So the horse can now go. We're going to get... Shouldn't there be more than one slot for this? Just in case, I'm going to freeze this. Get the cow. Cow gives me 2 milks. This works really well with that level 6 cat, if you're going to go that way, but, you know, it's what it is. So we want to buff this kangaroo. I still feel like having this at the front is pretty helpful. We're going to then sell the cow. We're actually going to move this back for now, because we want these 2 units to spawn. The bee is not going to be very good, but at least it's going to be something. I'm going to roll once. Giraffe, not very helpful at this point. It just gives the friend a header bonus to its stats, but it's not massive. But none of this is really massively improving the situation. So I think we are just going to put this down like that. Gets a buff, which is nice. And it's not temporary either because it's a turkey. And then, what do we want to do? There's no point rolling. I'm just going to put a chili. Chili straight on that snake, I think, is the way to do that. All right. Well, that fish is going to wreck our guy off the bat, thanks to that dodo. Thank goodness we're going to have, you know, a little bit of time stalling. The bee's not doing anything because the cricket's stuck at the front, but I still think it's the better play. At least we're going to be able to break through the dodo with our kangaroo, and then it's just a case of all of our secondary units against one another to see who wins. And I think our snake is going to do it because of the splash damage. So a run that I thought was going to be absolute garbage is actually up to being halfway decent. Another penguin, if you want to go that route. I didn't think it was even going to stay this long. I like the badger because when it faints, it does whatever damage it does to all adjacent animals. So it's a good kind of suicide at the end option. But it doesn't work with our team. How long is this penguin going to stay with us? I don't think long enough to justify trying to get to level 3. Triple dog. It's a bit late for that, I think. Yeah, because when it gets to level 2, I think it gets either +1 of each or +2 of one or the other stat. I don't think it's actually quite that good. At least not now. We don't need another kangaroo. That's not going to work for us. The question really is, do we get rid of the penguin now to put down the cow, get 2 free milks? I don't think we do. So I'm going to roll. Chocolate is good. There's no point taking the snail, because if we lose, it's game over. I'm going to freeze that, and I'm going to roll, because I want to see if we get any duplicates of what we already have. We don't, but we have a tiger cub. I tell you what, I don't necessarily think it's the right thing to do, but it's going to be more fun. Let's try and do something more fun. So I'm going to put the tiger at the back here. The question is, do I want to put it behind the snake so it attacks twice? Or do I want it so that it'll... I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure if that was the right play. I don't even think it was, but it's going to be more fun, I think. I don't like any of this, though. Okay. We'll do that for next turn so we can level it up for sure. Okay, we'll take that just in case. Monkey we haven't seen yet. It actually kind of does the opposite of the bluebird, but just better. So I actually am a fan of that. And all of that is poo. So let's go to this next turn. I have a feeling this might be our last one. We'll see. Big scary worm at the front. They still have a mosquito. Oh, that was... yeah, that was pretty bad. Yeah, that crocodile is... yeah, bad. Bad news for us. Thank goodness the snake's done something, but I think we're toast. We are toast. Anyway, that was pretty fun. It turned out being, you know, I just wanted to show you what the other pack was like. To actually being a 6-win game, that's pretty good. So if you did enjoy the video, let me know which pack do you like more. Let me know that too. Appreciate your time. Like the video if you want to. Have a good rest of your day. Take care now. Thank you for watching the video.